Hello and welcome to another video. Today we are talking about the best games made with Unity in 2021. So let's go. Kicking it off at number 10, we have Escape from Tarkov. This game is a 3D multiplayer first-person shooter game made by Battlestate Games for Windows. The game is set in the fictional Norvinsk region, where a war is taking place between two private military companies. This game costs about $30 and has a minimum system requirement spec of an i5-9400F, a GTX 1050 Ti, and 8GB of RAM. That's better than my computer. The game was released in 2015 and is still in beta mode, but you can still play it by paying for it. So to recap, Escape from Tarkov is a hardcore multiplayer FPS game with amazing graphics, but it does cost $30, so I give it a 5 out of 10 for value. On to the next game. Game number 9 is Fe lowercase. Fe lowercase is a fun 3D action/adventure game set in a starkly colored world where the player controls a small animal that looks like a fox but actually moves like a flying squirrel. The goal is to stop the mechanical invaders that are attacking the animals in the in-game world. What makes this game unique is the audio. Music and sound effects are one of the most important things when it comes to games, and this game takes advantage of that 100%. Sadly, this game is just a 3D platformer with some extra steps. After 1 hour of playing, it gets pretty boring because while climbing up trees is cool, the core fundamentals of the game could be more interesting. It has great audio with pretty cool features, but only has a few hours of actual playtime. It costs about $5 on Steam and does not require a 1050 Ti, only needing a GTX 460. So I am actually able to play this game at a nice FPS, and as a result I'll be giving this game a 6 out of 10. Game number 8 is Slime Rancher. This game is played in an open world and from a first person perspective. The player controls a character named Beatrix LeBeau, a rancher who moves to a planet far away from Earth called the Far Far Range to live the life of a slime rancher. This life consists of constructing her ranch and exploring the world in order to collect, raise, feed, and breed slimes. Slimes are living organisms of various sizes and characteristics. It may sound kind of cheesy and boring, but due to the fact that it has a 98% positive review rate, it easily gets players addicted and lets them escape from their life. This game isn't really for me, as I find the art style kind of cheesy. However, it is pretty unique compared to what I have played before, and only requires a dual core processor and 4GB of RAM, which everyone and their grandmother should have nowadays. In conclusion, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Game number 7 is Replaced. Replaced is a 2.5-dimensional sci-fi retro-futuristic action platformer set in an alternate 1980s America. With free-flow action combat and a deep dystopian story, you play as Reach, an artificial intelligence trapped in a human body against his own will. Outlaws are rife in a city that has sustained lasting damage and taken a turn for the worse following a catastrophic nuclear event. Everything is ruled by corruption and greed, and the ones in power see humans and their organs as nothing more than currency. Replaced focuses on a single-player experience, with a mix of cinematic platforming, pixel art, and free-flow action combat. Replaced has a minimum system requirement spec of an Intel E8400 and a GeForce 510, so your laptop will probably be able to run it. Game number 6 is Somerville. Similar to Limbo and Inside, Somerville is an adventure game played from a third-person perspective, kinda like a platform game. The player controls a family of 3, a father, a mother, and their young son, as well as a pet dog, in the wake of a post-apocalyptic event on Earth. The player must guide one of the characters to the ruins of civilization, avoiding strange alien artifacts that try to kill humans, and work with human survivors to find safety for their family. There is no dialogue in this game. Instead, it does a great job of using the settings, environments, and animations to tell the story. It has a minimum system requirement spec of an FX 8120, 4GB of RAM, and a GT 630, and is expected to cost somewhere from $10 to $15. Although I can't rate it yet, I will say I'm very excited to play it in 2022, as it seems like a very interesting concept that I would be hooked on. For game number 5, say hello to Among Us. I'm sure you've heard of it, but did you know it was made with Unity? This game has got 324 million downloads on just mobile since launch, generating over $50 million in revenue. At its peak, it had 500 million monthly active players. That's more than Fortnite and Warzone combined. It's by far the most played Unity-made game ever, but I will still be giving it a 7 out of 10 because I am sure we can all agree that this game gets very boring and fully depends on being the imposter and having friends. You can get it on the Epic Game Store for just $5, and it does go on sale occasionally. Overall, still an extremely fun game and revolutionized other games as well. Game number 4 is Subnautica. Subnautica is an open-world adventure game developed and published by Unknown Worlds Entertainment. Players explore the ocean on an alien planet after their spaceship, the Aurora, crashes on the planet's surface. The main objective is to explore the ocean and survive its dangers, while completing tasks to advance the plot. Players can collect resources, construct tools, bases, and submersibles, and interact with the planet's wildlife. The majority of the game is set underwater, with 2 explorable islands. There are 4 main game modes: Survival, Freedom, Hardcore, and Creative Mode, which are pretty similar to those those of Minecraft. This game is a perfect example that you can create a 3D open world fantastic looking game with Unity. It costs $35 on Steam and has a 4.7 star review on Google, which is absurdly high. So for that I'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. That's good. Game number 3 is Hearthstone. Hearthstone is a free-to-play online digital card game made by Blizzard. This game is a 1v1 where players use personalized decks of 30 cards along with a selected hero with a unique power. Players use their limited mana to play abilities or cards to attack the opponent, with the goal of destroying the opponent's hero. This game has a ranking and leveling system which makes it pretty addicting. When I first played it, I was captured by the sounds and art style. Hearthstone features 2,500 cards, each with their own identity. Developed and published in 2014 and still receiving regular updates, for being 7 years old, this game is still fantastic. Some people complain about the balancing of the game, however personally I do not see that, as there is a good bit of luck involved, and how can you balance luck? It's not possible. For being free to play, this game is pretty unique and is definitely very fun, and so for that I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Coming in at number 2 we have Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds features an unnamed astronaut player character exploring a solar system that is stuck in a 22-minute time loop, resetting after the star goes supernova. Because of that, the player is encouraged to learn why by exploring the solar system and uncovering secrets of an extinct alien race known as the Nomai, who previously visited the solar system thousands of years ago. The main aim of the game is exploration, with the player compelled to uncover the remains of the Nomai civilization to find the cause of the time loop and complete the game. There are many logic puzzles, which can often only be solved through learning more of the Nomai and speaking to fellow space explorers, which are just non-playable characters. This game has 4.9 stars out of 5, with people saying it changed their perspective on how they view their lives. Outer Wilds costs $25 on Steam, and you'll probably be able to play it as it only needs an i5 2nd gen and a GTX 560. In conclusion, I'm going to be giving this game a 9.5 out of 10. On to the next game. And the game to win the best game made with Unity in 2021 is Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is a 2017 Metroidvania action-adventure game developed and published by Team Cherry. It takes place in Hollow Nest, a fictional ancient kingdom. The player controls an insect-like, silent and nameless knight while exploring the underground world. The knight, named Hornet, wields a nail, which is a type of sword used in both combat and environmental interaction. In most areas of the game, there are hostile bugs and other creatures. The player can learn spells, allowing for long-range attacks. During the game, the player encounters non-player characters with which they can interact. These characters provide information about the game's plot or lore, which gets your attention quickly and efficiently. This game won the award for Best Platformer in PC Gamer's 2017 Game of the Year Awards. Out of a 5-star review, this game has an average of 4.8. It costs at the time of recording $15, but what sets it apart from the rest of the games is the plot, the music, the sound effects, and the unparalleled visuals. This game provides a brilliantly rich experience, and it has been called truly a masterpiece of gaming if ever there was one. And that is why I'm going to be giving this game a 10 out of 10.